from there. He's right there. Here he is. Good morning. What's going on? Day 4. Man, I needed that camp last night. I was tired. Almost 4,000 feet of elevation gain. That was rough yesterday. That was rough. I know a couple points during the day I seemed like I was getting cranky and miserable, but I was enjoying it. It's part of backpacking. You're gonna have those days that just kind of beat you up. You get tired. You want to stop, but you don't. And I did more miles yesterday than I did the day before by a little bit. So all in all, good day. This morning, it's about 10 minutes to hit the trail. All I had to do was take down the tarp, and I heard thunder rolling in, and then boom, it started pouring. And I recorded out of camp, but it was so dark I don't think it came through, so I figured I'd do another one, another opening. I think this might be the vista. I'm not sure. I know it wasn't too far from camp. But today the goal is to get 15, put me up somewhere near Haystack Mountain. And it's all going to depend on the weather and the condition of the trails in the weather, to be honest. But if I can get the Haystack Mountain anywhere and around there, it puts me almost at like between 57 and 60 miles for the trip, which means I've only got like 11 or 12, 13, something like that for the next day. So anything I can do today to shorten tomorrow. And if worse comes to worse and the rain just doesn't let up, but it seems like it's kind of off and on. Right now I think it's just falling out of the trees. Then I might just stop like around 5 while it's still light, set up the tarp, cook a meal, charge my headlamp, rest for a little bit, pack back down, and just do some night hiking. That's always a possibility. I don't know. I guess it depends on how far I want to push. If I get past Haystack Mountain, you wrap around back over to the Quehanna highway. And I'm not sure I want to camp right next to the highway, but I mean, I will. If I can make it that far, I will. It's a different, I like the secluded nature of backpacking, but sometimes you just want to make those miles. But it's Sunday morning, I'm on the trail, and all is good, and I couldn't be happier about it. Rain or not, I am loving it. So hopefully I can get some signal, just to send some text out and let people know I am okay. I didn't have any signal most of the day yesterday, so I couldn't reach out to anybody. And I know most people know I'm probably okay, but just to ease some minds. Gorgeous. I might have to be able to take the hood off. I'm already getting water down my sleeve, my left sleeve. I never seam sealed this. I probably should have. So it may do a limited amount of good, but I do have extra clothes, so well, it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna kick out some miles while I can. This is different. Not many of these vistas are marked. This is the vista here. Little Fork Vista. There's a little bit of a view. It's cloudy, but those clouds out there don't look horrible. It looks a little darker over that way. I can't tell which way this weather's moving. Look, it's coming from that direction, so I probably got more rain coming. But it's pretty nice. Whoa. The rocks are slippery. And it looks like there's a little campsite here. There is. I might have been able to get a hammock in there. It would have been tight though. So I'm happy with where I stopped. It stayed really warm last night. It was like 55. It was like 20 degrees warmer last night than it was the night before. So I had my top quilt pushed down most of the night. Tons of coyotes. That little creek was only, I don't know, 500 feet away, and it sounded like they were right down there in the water, right by. They're probably down there getting a drink, and they probably heard me in there. No elk. I didn't hear elk bugling, and like I said yesterday, I did see some elk droppings, and I heard some deer. I heard a lot of owls. I heard the coyotes, and then I don't know if I heard something. What is on the camera? I heard something. I was like half asleep, so maybe I didn't really hear it, but I don't know what it was. I just know I heard something, or thought I heard something. I was like, oh, I heard that. Like, for life, I can't remember what it was. So I heard something, but maybe not. Might have dreamt it. I'm pretty sure I won't see a lot of day hikers out here today. So cruising along pretty good. Just kind of lost in my thoughts, which is always a good thing. And I came across a double dot blaze stacked on top of each other. There's one down there too. I don't know if maybe it was for this. It's usually a notification to be alert or something. I don't see any kind of ruins or anything here. I don't see anything here of interest. The trail looks like a little swampy, but maybe this tree was looking like it was going to go when they put an alert up and it finally went. They cut it. I'm not sure, but it's not a turn in the trail. So this trail's this trail is marked pretty well. There have been a few spots where the blaze is a little faded, but I haven't had a problem following anything. Even through that field yesterday. Generally, if you just look on the other side of a tree and see like that dot is, turn the screen back on so you can see, that dot is directly on the back of the tree, which means the trail from this way would be coming this direction. If it was more on this side, I mean the trail would be coming from this way. So that's usually what I go by, and that's what I did in that field. As I saw marked trees, let's look around the other side. You can see the trail turned. It's coming from another area, but been pretty well marked. And the turns are marked the way you would expect, with, you know, two dots, but one, the upper one offset to the direction that the trail turns. So kudos on that. Well marked trail so far. I mean, I still got a day and a half to go. Well, almost 2 days to go. So anything could happen, but so far so good. So swampy. I was able to get signal. Got some messages off to people, let everybody know I'm okay, and was able to pull weather. And the weather is looking like this all day. Looks like later on in the afternoon it could get more severe. I was able to get a radar, like a good active live radar, and see it's coming through in bands, and it's hard to tell when it's that far out, but it looks like if it's severe, it's little small pockets, and you never know how those are going to go. They could dissipate, they could burn themselves out, they could balloon. So just a wet day. A wet day. Don't have to worry about water, that's for sure. This section has been really nice. It's been old forest road, or I don't know if this is dual use. This might be. Is this the spot? Let me pull my map real quick. I know there's a road. Oh yeah, here's a marker. So this is where I was trying to get to last night. If I could. This is like my outer, yeah, Sanders Ski Trail. Red Run Road, out that way. Quehanna Highway. 3 miles that way. I'm not going that way, I'm going that way. I don't know if it has any markings on this side. Hoover Road. What's on this side? Quehanna Trail. Doesn't give me mileage. But yeah, if I could have, this is where I was trying to get to as my outer goal. There's some spot, I mean, there's a little stream here. This is nice. And usually when there's water, there's camp not too far away. But I was thinking about it, and I could have made it here. I'm not a big mileage guy. I know there's people that do this trail in 4 days, and that's awesome. This is, I mean, I passed those two groups. They were both trying to do it in 4 days, and I haven't seen them since. So, I mean, it's not easy. There's more elevation change here, and I think people realize if the weather turns, this can get sketchy. It's not really a technical trail. It's not difficult, but it's not as easy as you think. So I was thinking about yesterday, if I didn't have that extra like 1,300 feet of elevation gain, I could have made it this far. It would have been, let's see, where's that? 16, 17, 18, almost 19 miles. Yeah, it would have been almost 19 miles per day. I had the legs for it. I was tired, like food tired, but, and from all that climbing, but I could have done it. Could have done it. Could have been a contender for that one, but I'm okay with it. Especially with the condition of this trail since I left camp, it's been like this or easier for most of the way. So I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with my progress out here. Look how beautiful it is. With passing that road, that puts me at 45 trail miles. More like 46 for me with the reroute. But on the map, that's like mile 45. It's like 44.9 or something like that. So doing pretty good. Closing in on Parker Dam State Park. Seems weird, it's still 2 days away, but yep. Unless I do a marathon hike and just hike right out. Do not count on that though. Eat all my food in the process and then go sleep in the car. Well, my first gear fatality in a while. I can't wait to get out of the Elk State Forest. So, down tree. Right before that, another down tree. I had to take my pack off to get through. This one, I go under that branch, over the tree, shredded my water bottle holder doing it. Good thing I got a dragon snare with me. At least that's the only thing that broke. I heard it as it's going underneath that first I heard it as I was going underneath the first branch. Just rip. That's only mesh, and I made it, so it's not like it's a big loss, but I can just make another one. But that thing was great. I was keeping it down low towards the belt, and it carried really well. But I got the dragon snare. So just got my water bottle hanging there now. Beautiful creek, still walking by this. Kind of slowed down through here. And I know I'm not far from the border of the Moshannon State Forest. I don't know what it is about the Elk State Forest and their down trees, but they just don't seem to want to clear them out. Bet that's slippery. It's pretty cool. There's a confluence right here. You kind of see it there. Oh, is this even? Wow. That feels pretty solid. Oh man, it's a way across. Vincent, there's a nice campsite right up there. There's one over here. Looks like I'm coming up to one. It's a nice little spot. I'm not sure what this is called. I'll find out in a second. Oh, this is Sanders Draft. So, Sanders Run, I guess. It's really nice. Gorgeous section of forest here. I'm getting close to the next road crossing, and the trail's up there, and I came around the corner and I saw that, and I thought, uh-oh, hope nobody's in trouble down here. So I came over to investigate. Looks like somebody just left their hat behind. Somebody comes out here quite a bit. Nice fire pit, little table. This is maybe part of an old stove. And they got a hat for next time I come back. But I called around. I don't hear anybody. Doesn't appear as anybody's in distress. No, I don't see anything. No signs of distress, so that's good. That kind of thing always puts me on alert. I'm hiking down a trail and you see something like that, because that could mean somebody needs help, and then you kind of go to a different mode. But it looks like everything's okay. I'll just keep my eyes open as I'm coming through here, make sure I don't see anything. It's getting bright. I don't think it's going to stay bright for long. But I am now back into the Moshannon State Forest. So across county lines. And already, I mean, there are some stuff, you know, some things like this that are down across the trail that you're gonna get. But it just seems, the trail seems better maintained on this side. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe just dealing with those trees soured my opinion of the Elk State Forest section of this. Back into the Moshannon State Forest. And about ready to run into that road. Look at this though, this is gorgeous. That's so slippery. Those leaves are slick. So that road should be right. I think I see the road right. I don't know if it's like a proper road or if it's just like an old forest road. But looking at the mileage from where I kind of assumed I was last night, about 43 miles on the map. Oh, this is nice. Oh, yeah. Very nice. So yeah, it looks like my mileage is spot on again on this section. That must have been that reroute yesterday. Because the map says the turn I'm coming up to turn into the next draft is 47.6, and that's pretty much what it would be if I was at 43 miles according to my watch. Oh yeah, so here we go. So what kind of road we got? Ah, it's a nice forest road. Alright, I'm going to follow this for a minute, down around the corner, and turn into the next draft and start heading back up. Right on the money. 4.6 miles to here. There's what it, I thought I was at mile 43 last night on the map. I had to kind of guess, and it looks like that's exactly where I was. So, mix run 6 miles. Put me at 10 miles to get there. Look at the map and see what's in between here and there. Quehanna Highway is 2.3 that way, and Hoover Road is 4.8 that way. I don't remember. What am I looking at? Hey, buddy. Cold? You good? Yeah, it's the time of year, isn't it? Look at all these flowers you got. So I'm heading up this draft, and I get to this part. It crosses the trail. Thinking to myself, I don't remember seeing, or it crosses the water, and I don't remember seeing a spot where it crossed the water. According to the map, I don't. According to the map, I'm supposed to go up this side. I'm not supposed to cross, so I don't know if this is just a temporary crossover or if this is just a new section of trail that takes me up. So I have no idea what to expect here. It looked like I was supposed to have a pretty easy ascent the way the trail was supposed to go, but I don't know about now, so I guess I'm gonna find out. I don't know why it's not here. You can always see a grade up there. I was following this really nice grade, and it kind of goes up It keeps on going. I thought that's what I was going to follow. But this is clearly blazed for the Quehanna Trail. Surprise reroutes. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the mileage. Alright, I'm back on the other side of this creek. This is gorgeous. Coming through all these rocks and all this. But it's not where it says the trail is. It's clearly the trail. I ran into this on the Chuck Hyper Trail. That one climb I did out of that last climb. And it just seemed like, I don't know how they go about mapping these. All right, so here you go, water crossing number 4 of 0. Let me get this back a little bit. I don't want to sound like I'm being negative. I'm enjoying myself immensely. The trail's going to be as hard as the trail's going to be. I just, in my mind, correct me if I'm wrong, in my mind, on a backpacking trail, if you're doing a day hike, and it's like a small park and just shows like a loop that goes out, like, oh, it kind of goes out here, and it's like a mile or two, not a big deal. But when you're doing a backpacking trip, it's a multi-day trip, 70 plus miles, you want it to be fairly accurate, because the way I plan these, like when I looked at this last night, I follow what the contours show on the map, and usually the map's contours are pretty good. But I'm trying to record this and get down this at the same time. This is sketchy. Oh, here we go. I know the camera's not going to show that, but it's that's pretty high. Yeah, so I look at the contour and the elevation gain on the contour, and that's how I determine if it's going to be, you know, a relatively quick ascent or a rough ascent, because you can kind of gauge by that. But when that's not what you're getting, I'm as prepared as I can be, and being prepared is having the right maps. I've got the official map, and it doesn't go where it says it should go. So correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I route things and plan things differently, but I look at the map for what I got coming up. Like last night, I looked at the map, figured, oh, I can make it to this point judging by what the trail looks like. But when the trail doesn't go where the map says it goes, it makes it hard to compare. So that's the last time I'm gonna say anything about that. This is gorgeous. It's been a lot like this, and I've been kind of up off the water, and the camera's not really picking it up. And I'm trying to get out of the draft before the rain hits. And I'm almost up there, so I'm just kind of taking a break before I hit this climb, get up that, and then see what we got. Once I get up on top of this, I'm on the plateau for a little while, and that's usually, the drafts are the hard part. So if you're out here, expect dropping down the drafts and coming back up. That's what's going to eat up your time, especially if it's raining. Some of this is slick, a little bit slick, but it's mud and dirt and rocks, and I expected that. So, all right, let me keep going. To give you an idea, the angle of this trail just comes right, start way down there, way down there, and it just angles right up the side of this ravine. Getting close to the top. I thought it was close before. That was a false summit. Oh, summit, air quotes. Wow, this is no joke. This alone has got to be like 1,500 feet of elevation. Just coming up from that last road. I think I can see a clearing up ahead. It doesn't really mean anything. right around the corner here. Looks like it opens up. I gotta be close. I don't think we go all the way to the top of that. Man. Luckily the rain has held off, so I'm coming up out of this. This would suck if this had like running water on it with rain. Some of these spots are, this looks like when they built this trail, they just piled rocks, threw a little dirt on top of it to make enough of a ledge to walk on. Dude, that's not the natural contour. Enough heavy rain. You're standing at the wrong spot. It could give way. All right, there's a little bit of a push. All right, put you guys away. Oh yeah, I can see everything leveling off right there. Woohoo! All right, finally up on top of the plateau. And just as I crested the top, it started raining. Thank you, rain. I will take that as a win. It waited until I got to the top. So, see, Red Run. This is the Quehanna East Cross Connector Trail. So I passed this on the southern end on day 2. It's not day 4. So that's where this would run you back into the Quehanna Trail. Red Run, I think that's back that way, I think. I'm not sure. I have not looked at the map. I wonder what this used to say. Oh, the Quehanna Highway. Wonder why they blocked that off. Interesting. We are heading towards the Quehanna Highway, but it's going to be probably tomorrow before I see that, unless I go crazy. It sounded like it was going to rain really hard. Oh, maybe it is. But it's just kind of sprinkling right now. So I'm going to get under the trees a little bit, and then if I see a campsite somewhere up along here, I might just duck in there, set up the tarp, then have my lunch. It's noon. I'm only at 6.5 miles for today. It's slower than I've gone past 2 days, but with the weather and coming up to that run, that was tough. That was a lot of climbing. So if I see somewhere where it looks like I can get my tarp up before it starts pouring, I will do that and have lunch. Otherwise, if this rain picks up, I'll just snack hard and continue on until I get a break in the weather, and then I'll go. It's weird. Gotta see if I get signal, see what this is doing, because now it seems like it's stopped. Rain, what can you do? So I stay up on this briefly before I head back down into the next, a little bit into another draft or another little hollow. As far as I can tell, it looks like I'm going to skirt down along it and come back up. Doesn't look bad on the map, but it has been wrong before, so I'll just see what I got. This is awesome. Look at all these rock features in here. Ah, this is cool. All right, I'm at 7 miles for the day. and I just stopped my watch without being able to charge it. It's at 10%. I'll probably make it back to the car tomorrow on 10%. It's pretty good on battery when it's just in watch mode. I was hoping to track the whole thing, but looking at the map mileage I've had today, some of those zigzags coming up out of that draft may have added like a 1/10 or 2 to the mileage, but I'm coming up on the next mile marker on the map, which is mile 50.4. So I'm just gonna drop down and go up. It's probably a 1/4 mile away, so maybe a half mile. So that's pretty decent, being pretty close. So I'm just gonna go by map miles now, and assume I'm gonna be a little over 71 for the trip. That's okay. If I can get the charger back up and running, the little aftermarket charging cable. I don't know. I did notice yesterday that I had it plugged in. So yesterday morning I had the watch plugged in while I was making breakfast and eating. And it usually charges pretty quick. It was at like 35%. It usually charges pretty quick, and I had it on there for a while, like probably close to an hour, and it should have charged up to 100%, or at least in the 90s. And when I took it off, I didn't see the charging icon. I just unplugged it real quick. It was only at like 83%. And I was like, oh, well, that's weird. But so at 83%, I made it through all day yesterday, all night last night, and then all day today till noon using GPS. So, well, not overnight, but so that's pretty good. You can keep your Apple watches. These Garmin watches, those batteries go forever. Without a charger, you can only ask so much of it. And I'd rather have it for ease of telling time and other things. So it's gorgeous. It rained pretty good for a few minutes, and then it's kind of sporadic. But I don't hear thunder, so that's good. Knock on wood. Knock on wood, I don't hear thunder. So I was just hiking through here. I was wondering, when do I leave the Quehanna Wild area? And I just did. Actually, right before those boulders. So about, I don't know, right on the other side of that little forest over there. Little section of forest. I left the Quehanna Wild area. I'm now back in solely the Moshannon State Forest. And I think for a brief period I go through a natural area, somebody Brooks, something like that, natural area, Milton Brooks or something like that. Back into the proper state forest, which means every step is closer to the car. I'm loving it, but I can smell myself through my rain jacket. You know you've done some stuff when you can smell yourself through a rain jacket. and I've got deodorant on, so I'm gonna go zigzag up that. Made it to Mud Lick Road. Nice hunting cabin down there. Gonna head into this section of the forest here. I just went over and checked out the kiosk, and that's got some information about this section of trail, of this section of forest at least. And it looks like it's gonna go a lot of oak and hemlock forest. So that'll be nice, a nice change. It did mention something about rocks, but it's Pennsylvania. Maybe they just mean rocks like that. That'd be cool. But from here, roughly here, this is on the map, 50.2 miles. So in a few minutes here, I'll be about 20 miles from the state park, from Parker Dam, where the Jeep is. So that's a nice number to see. I mean, could I do 20 miles a day? I'm at 7.5. Can I do 27 miles a day? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not gonna try that. I'll make it as far as I can. The sun was just out. You can see some blue sky. I was able to pull weather when I was over there, and it was, this is weird. Sap line? Power line. Something. Some kind of a, oh, maybe it's coming from a spring, or I don't know, some kind of liner, and you can see it going all the way through the woods. So maybe it's power or cable or phone. I don't want to mess with it. I saw the ribbon there. So anyway, the weather looks like there's a little band of it moving in, but the chances of precipitation for the rest of the day have dropped down to 60%, which I'll take. And tomorrow's looking like about the same. So not fantastic, but I mean, I'll take intermittent rain over just straight downpour all day. That's for sure. So, and I was able to get a little bit of a radar, and I could see it's kind of in pockets and moving about. So I'm just gonna keep going. While I don't have rain, I'm gonna keep going. If I've snacked a little, I can snack a little more and just see where things go. I will have to stop for lunch at some point, but when I stop, I'm afraid I'm gonna get everything set up. I'll put the tarp up, and then it's start raining. I'm not gonna want to break down because I'm not gonna want to get wet. So I'm putting it off. Maybe not the brightest idea, but with only 20 miles to go, I got plenty of snacks. I got food and stuff for 7 days, so I got plenty. I'm in good shape. I can just eat my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for day 7 tonight if I want to. So, doing good. Spirits are still high. I was curious when I started this. This is the longest trip I've ever done with anybody or solo, and I was wondering what would happen. What am I going to be like on like day 3 or 4, you know, or on a day when the rain hits. Doing good. I know when I edit this, there's going to be clips of me being cranky, but that's backpacking. You get cranky. It's not easy. This isn't easy. This is something you skip out and do. It's work and it's hard, but it's worth it and it's rewarding. I think it's fun. And just some of the stuff you get to see. Still haven't seen an elk yet though. Seen elk droppings, but no elk. That would be awesome. At least to hear one bugling. I have, however, a couple times heard something sounded like a deer, but a very large deer, like off in the woods, like kind of take off. Elk aren't usually that skittish, from what I've seen. They kind of just stand there and look at you, but it is getting close to the rut if it hasn't started already, so that may spook them a little bit. So if I see a bull elk, I've got to be careful. Just be very cautious around them, but it'd be awesome to see. I've seen them out here before, so if I don't see one, it's not a huge disappointment. It would just be an awesome thing to experience while I'm out here. Oh, a little dead mouse. Sorry, buddy. Wonder what happened to him or her. Trail blazed in October 2005 by order of the Arrow. Adic Lodge number 139. Thank you. That was well blazed. So about halfway to Grant Road. Whoa, I wonder how long I follow this for. A little ways. Sweet. And that wind's picked up, so I have the feeling that I'm going to get hit with some rain here pretty soon. That's right though. I am at mile 52, I think. Yeah, about 52. So about 9 miles for the day. behind my pace, what I want it to be, but it is what it is. I know I gotta go another draft that I've got to do, and it looks like another long one like I had this morning. Well, also I didn't stay on this for very long. Okay, it turns here, but uh-oh, are those Bigfoot sticks piled up at the bottom of the tree? Am I gonna see a Sasquatch? Oh, Diable Run, or Diebel Run, D-I-E-B-L-E, Diable Run Vista. Very nice. I got dropped down into that. That's not very nice. I don't know how far down I go. I don't know if I go all the way in there or not. The trail goes that way. Rain's still holding off so far. Getting lucky. Yes, it'd go straight down there. That was a descent. They weren't joking about that one. I think I figured out part of the problem with why it doesn't look as bad on the map. The map only uses 50-foot increments for their terrain. So that was like a 300-foot drop in a tenth of a mile. So all those lines just run together. It looks like one line on the map. But yeah, that was a descent. But that's over with now. My problem is, you know what happens, what comes after a descent around here? Go back up. Oh, here we go. Where are we at here? This is Mixed Run is in 0.3. Here I am at Mixed Run. And the home of today's fun fact. Tom Mix was a famous cowboy movie actor. And Mix Run, Tom Mix was born over in Driftwood, which is not far from here. And Mix Run is named after his great-great-great-grandfather, Amos Mix. I have no idea who either of those people are. I saw it on the sign. I didn't just know that. So I'm almost a mile 53. I need to make it to at least 55 to make tomorrow like a not crazy day. It'd be 16 miles if I can make it to 55 on the map. So I know it's a long 2 miles from here. It's right up that draft over there across the way. But I was thinking about stopping there and snacking on something. I might stop up here at the road before I go up this draft. We'll see. I gotta eat something. I might just eat the turkey and cheese for my couscous. That's quicker. I can just drop the pack, grab that, and then not have to worry about it. A cool little bridge. Glad to see they put grading down on these, because that wood with those leaves at this height, danger. These steps are no joke. It'd help if I didn't have a branch poking me in the eye. Oh boy. I swear, last time I looked at the map, I saw a road by Mixed Run, and it's where the mileage marker was. I swear it was a road. Apparently not. So I've been walking and walking, looking for this road. I stopped, looked at the map, like, where the freak is this road? Oh, I'm halfway up this draft already. So I'm gonna continue. If it gets real steep, I'll stop and snack. But making miles right now, that's a good thing. This isn't too bad right now, knock on wood. So we'll see how it goes. Finally decided to stop and eat something. I'm not gonna cook. If I eat some nice snacks, I'm gonna have my turkey and cheese. Got about a mile and a half to get up to the end of this draft. And then I'm up on the top of the plateau. That's 55 miles. From there, it's maybe a mile and a half or 2 miles before I start to drop back down. So I might just go to the end of the plateau, and before I drop back down, it'll be a little short of a haystack mountain, but that'll be all right. I'll just camp up there, and then I'll give me like, I don't know, 13 or 14 miles, maybe 15 miles for tomorrow. So not too bad. But I'm gonna enjoy this little stream, get some calories in me, because the last time I recorded, I could hear it in my voice. I was tired. And maybe I'll grab my charger and throw a little charge in a GoPro while I'm doing this. Let's go. So 3 bridges built by KTA, BOF, and PSOC 1192. I was coming across, and I got this point. I'm like, what's with all the rocks? Why are there rocks on top of it? It's just because it's all rocks. That's why. That makes sense. Got a little charge in the GoPro. Had myself a nice snack. Trying to get a little charge on the phone, just to get it to last me up the top of the hill. I'm gonna stop here for another 2 minutes, and then I'll load up and I'm gonna go. This is gorgeous. Look at that. I've been cruising up this grade pretty easily, which makes me nervous, because you know how these trails are out here in central Pennsylvania. They don't give you anything easy without making you pay for it pretty quickly. Temperature has gone up too. I took my rain kilt off because I was just sweating through my pants, which isn't good. And it hasn't really been raining. I've got it handy. It's right in one of my side pouches in the Osprey here. So if I need it, I can grab it and throw it back on. I kept the rain jacket on just because that's not quite as easy to put on in a hurry. I gotta drop the whole pack and then put it back on. So I've already sweat through my shirt. So damage is already done there. So I might see the comment on this at some point that taking up the entire steps of the bridge to have a snack was rude and inconsiderate to other hikers. To that I will say, there are no other hikers. I haven't seen anybody hiking, backpacking this physically since day one. 3 days ago. I mean, I saw where they set up camp. I saw another camp. I don't know which direction they were going. They could have been going clockwise. They could have been doing one of the cutoff trails. I've seen nobody. It's just me and somewhere some elk. They're around somewhere. Maybe a Sasquatch. I saw those sticks. I didn't see a Sasquatch. No. Gotta love when roots are strategically placed as steps. I'm not sure if what I'm hearing is the falls here, the little creek, or if I'm hearing slight rumbles of thunder in the distance. I was hearing something. Hopefully it's not thunder. Or if it is, it holds off until I get to camp and get set up. Another cool bridge. I wonder if this is one of the 3 bridges. Looks very similar. Nice. Another nice bridge. There's a really nice hunting cabin right there. I don't want to really record it. Pretty nice. They got signs on there, keep out, and it's right on the trail. To respect their privacy. He's got this nice little falls right here. This is a gorgeous spot. It's really nice. I'm about at mile 55. I know I've got more of a climb. Oh, okay, so that's, I don't know what that goes to. Trail goes this way. Maybe that's one of their hunting trails. And I know I've got more of a climb, but usually you don't see the hunting camps that far down into a draft, so I can't be far from the top. Still expecting to climb though. A nice steep one. Made it to Grant Trail. It's about 4:15. There is a slight rumbling of thunder. Those are elk tracks. Slight rumbling of thunder. I've got kind of signal. It's like that fake signal. Looks like you got signal, but nothing will pull. So I can't really pull a weather or anything like that. All I know is that it's raining. I'm up on the plateau now. I think I know what happened. That climb was the easiest draft I've come up out of yet. And I think what happened is instead of having something easy and then paying for it immediately, I think that was the payback for that crazy descent off the view. I think that was the descent was the tricky part. So I can stay up on this ridge for a while. Anywhere from here on out is good with me. It only leaves me about 15 miles with every step I take. It gets closer to 15 and then less to get back to the car for tomorrow. So I'm just gonna hike, and if I see a site, I'm gonna take it, or if the rain gets too bad, I'm gonna make a site. I got plenty of water. I cameled up on water. There's some thunder down at the creek as I was coming up, so I've got plenty. I don't expect there to be water up here, so I'm fine with there being a dry site. And then call it a day here shortly. Well, I've found home. I'm at about mile 56. I started coming through that forest and it started pouring. So I found these pines. The trail's about, I don't know, 100 feet out that way. I saw these. I kept walking and looking in here. You could see them all the way down through here. And I saw this spot. And I thought, I could make that work. So it's not even, it's like 10 of 5. A little shorter than I wanted to do initially, like yesterday. I was thinking of making it up to like 57 or 58, but 56, that's good. It gives me like 14 miles tomorrow. 15 miles tomorrow, as long as the mileage is right. And I'm gonna eat like a fiend tonight because I really didn't have much of a lunch, so I'm gonna lighten the load of this bear canister quite a bit. And then tomorrow, I know I'm along water for most of the way, so I'll just take enough water to drink. I won't even fill the Nalgene, I don't think. So I'll try to keep the load out nice and light for tomorrow, and then get back to the car. I'm just gonna sit here. I got time. I got 2 hours until sunsets, so I got a little daylight. I don't have to get the hammock up immediately. I can just kind of sit underneath here, maybe widen the tarp out a little bit more. and give myself and stuff a little time to air out. I think it's just gonna be a damp night. It's just the way it's gonna be, but that's okay. So I'm making some couscous to snack on, and it's pouring. Well, it's slowed down a little bit now, but it's kind of funny because I've had people ask me, isn't a 12 by like 8.5 foot Dyneema tarp awfully big? Yes. Yes, it is. But look at the space I have here. Look how nice this is. This is awesome. Might be raining, but I think this is a good last night. Can spend a little time at camp, just kind of enjoy this little forest, and get ready to get out of here tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be the same weather tomorrow. So, oh well. 15 miles, won't be bad, I hope. Nice and relaxing. Got about an hour until sunset, so I'm just slowly organizing my stuff and getting ready for the night. Got all my quilts on and everything. It's been raining off and on. Good day today. Even with some of the, the craziness with the trees and the some of the trees down in the trail. Man. It's funny because when you're out there doing it, it's infuriating because you just want to get through the trail. You gotta keep on stopping, and I got stuck in one. I didn't record it. I was trying to get under it, and my backpack got caught on the tree, and I couldn't get out. I was stuck there for like 3 minutes. I couldn't go back. I couldn't go forward. I tried getting down on the ground. I just kind of finally wiggled my way loose. I can laugh about it now. It was over, but and when you're in the middle of it, that stuff will drive you bonkers. I am right. I didn't realize it. I just looked at the map because I heard traffic noise. I'm thinking, what road is out here? I'm right up above the Quehanna Highway. Right behind me, it drops pretty drastically off and goes down into the next draft, and the highway goes right through there. So I might hear some traffic noise tonight wafting up through the air, but that's okay. It's another night out in the hammock in the woods. The battery's about to die, so I'm going to have to get this on a charger. I'm going to sit here and listen to the rain and then nod off to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Even though it didn't seem like it at times, it did. I didn't really mind the weather. It was nice enough the weather was nice enough to hold off. It rained hard when I got up. Right when I broke down and got on the trail, it just started slowing down. And then I really didn't have hard rain again until I got up here. And I was able to duck off and get into the trees, so that's okay. It can, if it pours tomorrow, I don't care, I'm going to the car. So, alright, that's going to do it for this one. And get all good and rested up and ready for the last day. See you in the next.